Hi everyone, my name is Heather Leon. I am a high school government and economics teacher. I teach in a small town in Southern California. As far as who has a large impact in my life, I am a strong Christian, and that has made a huge impact in my life. As we were looking at the personality quiz and the leadership style, I would have to say that that definitely follows through in what we're looking at. I've also been married for almost 32 years now, and I have a great husband, and he has definitely been a huge impact in my life. A lot of my personality traits that were a little more edgy when I first met him have mellowed out. And I've learned a lot on how to work with people, my students as well as my coworkers around me, from that person that has done such a great job in my life. I was surprised that I scored relatively high on the factor 5, the intelligence and imagination. I tend to see myself as a very methodical person. I'm the person who has a syllabus for the entire semester, and I don't change my dates for due dates or for tests. But I recognize the fact that I have changed my teaching style. I tend not to be a textbook teacher. I tend to look at the core of the learning and then how do I meet that rather than a pattern for how I'm supposed to be doing things. No offense to Madeline Hunter, but I think that there's a bigger picture, and I think that that score on my personality quiz for factor 5 definitely reflects that. I think the high percentile score that I got on the emotional stability also reflects a core part of who I am. I don't tend to do a lot of ups and downs. I tend to be very stable. I do get excited when my students get into colleges that they want, or when we get these great things that happen at school, but I also don't tend to do the very high, very low, the emotional drama that all of my high school kids come in with, and I think that reflects in that personality quiz. I was a little surprised on some of the pieces. You got the low scores on things that I thought I would score well on, for example, methodical and just the standardized pieces. But I definitely, as I looked at the part, especially of the extrovert, I tend to be that person that I love to do a showman piece in my classroom. I love to be on stage on my classroom. I love to do big, huge family dinners. I have 4 kids. We had 20 people for Christmas dinner. But at the same time, I know that I need to get away. I need time off. I need to regroup in order to be able to make that happen. And I think that the personality quiz reflects that. So one of the leadership styles that I chose is authentic leadership. And as I look at the pieces that go with that, I recognize that it looks like there's a conflict with the intelligence imagination factor on the personality quiz, but I think that the authentic leadership actually goes more with that emotional stability piece that I recognized was a core part of my personality. I also think that the servant leadership model, the focus on the community making and the shared decision making, and I think that's probably more of the match for that imagination aspect of the factor 5 on the personality quiz. I had trouble putting them together. I think that who I am is very much a split personality, if you will, and I know I've been told by another leadership personality quiz, it was called the leadership circle profile, that I do tend to function in the opposite realm of where I naturally want to fall. But there again, I think that goes with that emotional part of the personality quiz we took. I don't tend to function in the area I need. I tend to function in the area my students need, and there's that servant leadership model, there's that authentic, and I think that they actually do match up. The emotional stability, the focus on imagination, the focus on the growth and the goal setting. I think that the leadership styles that I pick and that I use tend to go very well with the 2 areas that I scored highest in on the personality quiz. So that's a little bit about me. I am looking forward to seeing what the rest of you come up with, and I hope you had a great holiday season. I know it's a fast 3 weeks, but I hope it's a good one. Thank you so much, and I look forward to reading other things that you have on the community.